Yeah, this case that's being heard in Amarillo by Judge Kaczmarek has the ability to potentially ban access to mifepristone, not just for folks in Texas, but because it's a federal court, it could really tarnish the way people can access this medication throughout the entire country, even in states that do have access to abortion, like California and other states that have loosened restrictions. It's also important to note that mifepristone, the medication that's at debate here, is used in about half of the abortions that take place in this country. So it has the potential to have drastic effects.
I'm keeping my eye on what is happening in Florida, where you have the Republican-led state legislature pushing a 6-week abortion ban. This comes less than a year after Governor DeSantis signed into law a 15-week abortion ban. I wonder, as a provider, what a 6-week abortion ban, first of all, says to you, what that means about the quality of care, who can actually access care when so many women don't even know that they're pregnant until much later in a pregnancy, and what it's going to mean for just the entire region. Florida, even with that 15-week ban, still a state that people are traveling to.
Right. And Texas has had that law in place for about 10 months in the past. Before Roe was overturned, we had Senate Bill 8, which banned abortion when cardiac motion could be detected, which is roughly around 6 weeks. And what I know after 8 years of providing this care and seeing thousands of people is, to them, how far along they are does not factor into whether or not they can be pregnant. And it's really difficult for people to access care. You mentioned about 18 states that now have some kind of abortion ban in place. So people are still seeking care, but they're having to go hundreds, if not thousands of miles to get that care. It's a lot harder to find. And these gestational bans, these restrictions, these lawsuits that are taking place are really just chipping away at our ability to access abortion and for people to be able to have control over their bodies. And it's really frightening.
As we're sitting here and we're having this conversation, and of course I am watching, you are watching what is happening out of Texas, there was another headline from the past week which caught my attention, and that is that maternal death rates rose by 40% in 2021 compared to 2020. And when you take these realities side by side, right, the overturning of Roe versus Wade, the continued attacks we're seeing on reproductive care across this country, including the case down in Texas, tell me how we're supposed to understand a country where women are increasingly dying from childbirth, but also being forced to carry pregnancies to term.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Among industrialized nations, the U.S. is the only one with the highest maternal mortality rates and the only one that has rising maternal mortality rates. It's also important to note in the latest report that Black women continue to have much higher and disproportionate rates of maternal mortality compared to other groups. And what I hear from my patients when they come see me is that they know that they can't be pregnant. They've had complications in pregnancy before, or perhaps this pregnancy is causing their health to deteriorate. People make informed decisions about if and when they can become pregnant, and abortion is central to that. So when we ban abortion, when we make it more difficult to access, especially in the South, where the majority of Black people live in this country, it is exactly a racist act in order to ban abortion and to deny people access to this care. And the folks that are perpetuating these anti-abortion laws or decisions know this. They're very aware of it. It's been proven. This data is not new. It's just worsening. And it's really difficult for me as a physician to sit here and have to watch this when we know that we could do better. We can have safe access to care. But unfortunately, we see things playing out in our courtrooms and judges making decisions that are really not helping the health of this country.